Hi, it's Max from Isolation Game, and I continue to solve the mystery of Return of the Space Invader logic that I've made. Oh, it's a pretty big freaking microchip I've built, and now I don't know why isn't it working. First of all, my latest assumption was that other trigger zones interfere with the detection of the main trigger zone I'm using. This is the cone that detects if there is an enemy inside it. It must not let the emitter spawn an enemy. So the enemies will be spawned not in the sight of the player. So now what we have here, we have a grid of sculptures that have machine label on them. So this cone detects only them. And actually everything is perfectly fine because when inside the cone this is detected. This means NOT gate is working because there is a signal, and there is no signal on the nearby grid points, so I guess everything's working. But for some reason it's not only spawning, but it's spawning more enemies. But it shouldn't. So I guess I've done something wrong here. So this gate, XOR gate, works only if one of this is true. So if this is true, so this is not true. The sculpture is detected and we converted the signal to NOT. But this wire goes to the cone. And why do we need it here? I still don't know. So it means that I think I've done totally bonkers stuff, because it's actually the same thing. This is the signal that comes from the grid point and says I'm detected, and this is signal coming from the trigger zone that says it detected something. Amazing. But we actually don't need it. That's what we don't need, and this is too much. No. This is what I want to connect here. And this is what I want to delete. This is useless. This one is useless. That is what happens when you don't optimize, because actually I really feel already that I need to optimize all this logic. It's too much. I even think that I can use only one such I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I cannot use one string or one logic line. Or maybe I can come up with something that will make this whole thing smaller. So let's check. Totally wrong again. We spawned only at one point. I need to have this thing absolutely in totally opposite situation. Let's check if we connect this here even without NOT gate. And see what happens. Yeah, it works. It totally works. So not even a NOT gate needed. Thank God I've overcome this problem. It even caused me headache this morning. Hey, my man. How are you? Haven't seen you for a while. Maybe you had a good sleep. Oh no. And I'm still into my spawning logic. Oh, I see. Oh, you're a cat person. I'm a dog person. Today I visited my two dogs. They're old now. 12 years and 13 years. Two sausage dogs. They're pretty funny. Strange. Although I lived with many cats, but I have terrible allergy. Good for them to have a sense of humor. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Does it become not true at some point? Yeah, mine started barking when they got older. And that terribly blows my mind. So I understand. So at some point this becomes not true. My God. I'm sorry to hear that. Being a cat person in a dog town, you're really in a wrong place. But maybe that's, how to put it, the beginning of invasion into a dog town. You're just first outpost, and then the others will come. Yeah, I understand now. This becomes untrue, and this gives a signal. So maybe I need something else, not XOR gate here. Yeah, not quite. I did that before. I had the same logic here, so how neat and beautiful is this thing looking? So I've made XOR gate with a switch and AND gate. Oh. I got some shooting outside. I just wish that was children. I think that that's not really big money. If you're gonna look in the internet, you're gonna find something for free, a good painter for free, or $400. So I think you can afford that already. It will be digital, but you can print it, and you can present it to your friends and family, and send it to everybody. So everyone will know that you're Crazy Cat Lady. And you can even call it Crazy Cat Lady. Yeah, video games are, how to put it, drugs must flow. Maybe 2 connections will save me. XOR gates work. Do this if only one of these things are true. Oh yeah. You got lucky. I met video games in like 90, maybe 1989, or maybe 1919, when oh no, it was earlier. There were some imported arcades from Japan, and they were reprogrammed to Russian language, or even not reprogrammed. And we had a couple of those even in the midst of 80s, and that was crazy. I've spent all my money I had on these machines. And when Nintendo came in form of some pirated machines, that was crazy. Like, that made my life. Yep. Crazy. You had all the newest ones, and everybody were jealous, I believe. My God. I was ready to kill for a 16-bit console at some point. And I wasn't. My friend had it, and he had Sonic 1, and I refused to leave his house. Like I literally was grabbing the side of the wall and screaming. I didn't want to go. So if these two are true, it works, yeah? Yeah, I had Nintendo and he got Sega. That that was unfair, really unfair. Like I cried for 2 days, and my mom went and bought me Sega. That was my. I didn't. That wasn't a trick. I just felt so bad. Uh, they couldn't. They didn't know what to do. It's always like that with the with phenomenon. When it starts, everybody experiment, and they don't know what really works and what they or crowd needs, so they are free to experiment. And when it puts itself on rails, it just goes. And we're oh, in the biggest industry. The video games is the biggest industry in the world right now. So it's not now, it's only rails for big projects. For but still there are companies that experiment, like Square Enix with all those Final Fantasies. They always make a new system. They make a new battle system every time, and they make uh, a new world. Not recently. They use old worlds, but the battle system is new. It's a new game from scratch, and that I admire. I just wish more companies will do that and experiment more. We just don't see a lot of it because we are targeted by marketing of big projects. But in indie scene, there are just as wild as it was. Yeah, they do, because they are afraid, like Disney, they are afraid of losing that freaking amount of money they've put into this project. That's marketing is ruling the company, and that's why I admire Elon Musk so much, because he says that engineers should be the CEOs, and engineers should rule the company, not the marketing. That what moves company forward, and the marketing just makes the company stay at one place and print money on what they already discovered. That's very actually primitive way of living. Yep. I love indies, and I love Media Molecule. It's not indie at all, but what they do, it's amazing. Have you seen the trailer for? They are releasing a 3D virtual reality set for Dreams. That's mind-blowing. I even went and I was trying to buy a virtual set yesterday for PlayStation, but I think I'll wait for PS5 and a new one, because the old one is pretty so-so. Love Larian. I'm just obsessed with the Divinity Original Sin 2. Played the hell out of it. I remember the first chapter, like I can walk it with my eyes closed already. Yeah, totally. So let's check if... Yes! It's finally working! My god. Talking with you makes things work for me. Feels bad? What do you mean? Oh, Dr. Babooner, I didn't see you. Hi also. Yeah, me too. But still, I don't want to buy this old one, because like in a year they gonna, or half a year, when they release PS5, I'm sure they will announce a new version of VR. So I'll wait for that. And there's so much to dive in this part, and to understand. Yeah, yeah. I'll wait for it. I think so, yeah. Yeah, so I think I'll wait. Or maybe ask some friends who have it and don't use it. Because I don't want to spend money on the old one. Smart way will be to not to spend money at all, and somehow make Sony present it all to me. But I don't know how yet. Been doing this rewiring all day. I have such, how to put it, such privileges for cameras. I shoot videos and I do a lot of computer graphics for commercials. So I can, when I have a project, I can ask Sony Russia to lend me a camera if they want their name on the in titles or somewhere. But don't have that privilege for video games at all. Don't worry, you'll get it eventually. I have big friends in Namco Bandai, the Russian representatives here, but not in Sony. And from what I heard, we had a very I had such dreams for working with Miyazaki. I maybe someday. I actually even got all the emails to contact Studio Ghibli. I don't remember how to put it right. But at that point, I understood that I don't have real material to show. So I started making a material. I still have the contacts though. So let's check. Pretty strange. Stopped working. You wanna move to Europe? Yeah, it's like to be a painter with no painting skills. But you've got good painting skills, so I guess at some point you'll qualify. Why it is not? What is wrong with that? My friend works in Japan, uh, and the rooms there are pretty small. Not what you got used in America, because you got huge houses compared to where Japanese people live. Yeah, beautiful places. Love them. Ah. Yeah, they're the same population size as Russia, but they are on a small island. One, two. Yeah, they're even giving free houses there, I heard. I guess everything is mostly perfect. Don't worry, I think that's irrelevant nowadays. It's still relevant in the old companies, but I guess you're not going to work in the old company. You're gonna work in some video game company which is not looking at your degree, I guess. Ah, immigration, I see. So you totally want to move out of the US, get a Japanese passport? This you're gonna do that this big? Don't you want to just first try and live a couple of years and with the visa and try what it's like? I think you can get some online degree on level design and get a bachelor's degree, not maybe a US. You have to know some Japanese to go, because it's required, but I think you can cover the degree thing pretty easily. Maybe that's a good thing too. Oh my god, it's working. Let's check the final thing. If it works with moving out of the cone. Is it there? No. It's not respawned. What's wrong now? That's good for you. So now we are out. It's still in the zone, actually. Actually, it is still in the zone. And if we're gonna move it away, it's spawning. Yeah, so it works. It works. My god. Let me turn off my killing sprays first. That's great. I think that's experience. When you start living, you work hard and think that everything is done only by working really hard. But in the end, what I got from a lesson from my lesson from life was that when you get smarter, you work less and do your stuff more and get more money for that. Great, it's actually not respawning when it's in the cone. Everything works. It took me like 3 or 4 days to build this system. I was lucky in life. I wasn't doing what I didn't like for since like maybe 22, 23. But I'm converting, like, even if things that I really like, but even in that there are things that you like less than the other things. And when I get older and older, I convert my time more into things I like, and even in what I like inside, like it's less and less and less unenjoyable stuff. I wish I think maybe it's not really that true still, but I just in comparison to what other people's do, I'm totally blessed with doing what I want. I'm writing stories and making money from them. But when I write stories for commercials, like scripts, and directing them, that's not really enjoyable compared to, like, yesterday I met a girl that writes beautiful music, and we want to make a music video for her, so that's much more enjoyable, and that's what I really love to do, and would love to do this music video for her. And I would through my life, it took a real while to convert to such things. Yeah, I enjoy my filmmaking work very much, but today I think I love this strange wiring even more, because it's something new, totally new for me. I've never done it, and that makes my brain a little bit obsessed, I think. I notice that I do dreams more and more every day, and do more and more stuff in it compared to like 2 or 3 months ago. So my system is working. Thank you, God. I don't know what to say. 5 days or 4 days of work is finished. Yeah, crazy puzzle. Yeah, and Brain is always ready to solve puzzles. He really likes puzzles. Yeah. Okay, I think I will go now, because I'm pretty tired and I have to do a little bit of work before I go to sleep. So thanks, buddy. See you later. Say hi to your cats and your wife and daughter, and say that being crazy cat lady is a perfect way to live. Bye bye.